Wait, what? The lady is his mom? Wait, that lady is Vincenzo's mom. Oh, it makes sense now. No wonder he was waiting at that correctional facility. That that part was never explained. Is Vincenzo not gonna tell him that Mr. Yu called? Okay, he told him. I thought he was just gonna hide it. Yo, the truck! Wow, this episode. It was really good. I mean, there were some good moments like finding out Vincenzo's mom, the ending scene of this episode, which I think is the cherry on top. Just seeing Vincenzo doing these things to gain the trust of the tenants and knowing that this trust is going to be broken once everyone finds out what's Vincenzo's purpose there in the first place. It's like, man, they're doing a really, really good job. And what's pretty interesting is that Vincenzo is doing all of this because we know that he's trying to get the gold, but he's doing all of this and there was a scene where he told himself, okay, I cannot get distracted. Remember what I'm here to do in the first place. So yeah, like I kind of think as time goes on, he's really going to care about the people living there. And he's like, conflicting with himself. Is like, wait, I gotta get the gold. I gotta get the gold. But also it's like, okay, these people, they need help. So I find that to be really interesting. And again, they're doing a really good job at it. So at the beginning of the episode, we're at the party. Vincenzo came up with the idea to host a party to delay the demolish of the plaza. And I remember in the last episode where Chayoung was looking at Vincenzo in a romantic way, and we kind of saw it in a romantic way too, but really it was just her trying to talk to Vincenzo and trying to figure him out, because hosting this party is not his number one purpose. Saving the building is not his number one purpose. So she knows that he has a true intention. It's just that she doesn't know what. And yeah, she's on the nose on that. Now, after the party, what's pretty funny was Chef Toto, I remember his name. Chef Toto was complaining that, Vincenzo never liked his food, always calling it trash. People at the party said that they liked his pizza, and Vincenzo was like, okay, then make me the same pizza. He does, and not surprisingly, he spits it back out. And when I was watching that, I'm like, don't worry, it's only episode 3. The time will come where he will swallow his food and call it delicious. He'll probably won't say it in Korean, but he'll say it in Italian. And then after Vincenzo left his restaurant, we see Kisok. And Kisok is the guy who kept spying on Vincenzo. Now, what's funny about that is that he keeps following Vincenzo, and he's seeing Vincenzo do these good deeds, like putting a electric pad for the temple, disciplining these high school kids for smoking. And he's like, wait a minute, why is this mafia guy doing all of these good deeds? He's so generous. And I find that to be really hilarious. And that's one of the things where Vincenzo has been conflicting himself on, why is he doing all of this? Remember, I have a purpose of being at this building is to get the gold, but I'm being distracted with this kid smoking, hosting a party to save the tenants, and all of that. And yeah, I find it really interesting because now we start to see, even though it's a little bit early, we start to see him just a little bit caring about these people. And so we see a flashback of the meeting with Mr. Yu and Yu-chan. And Mr. Yu, he was just telling Yu-chan about the drug RDU-90 was pretty much a narcotic painkiller that Babil was using on people. And of course, they didn't care about the people that lost their lives because of this drug. And this was a type of drug that the company did not want the public to know. So whoever knew about it, especially if you're an employee, they will kill you because you know about it. They don't trust you. They're going to kill you. And that led to them killing their employees who worked at the drug division team. And also that led to Mr. Yu's killing towards the end of the episode. Another funny scene was when Vincenzo was meeting up with, what's his name again? The representative of that company? Dokjin, right? So Dokjin was pretty much a pain in the ass for the last two episodes, uh, threatening, uh, pretty much threatening Vincenzo. And it came to a point where Vincenzo got some dirt on him, pics of his mistress, even though he has a family, a list of bribes that he secretly took. And Dokjin was like, okay, I get it now. And Vincenzo, he had some orders. He said, I don't want the destruction of the plaza to happen for 2 months. And when it does happen, I want my people to take care of it. And he eventually agrees to his orders because every dirt he had on him, he didn't want that to ruin his career and whatnot. So I find that to be really hilarious. And that's a payback for Cheetah. And for those who don't know who Cheetah is, it's the guy's bike that Dokjin, like, he was screaming in one scene and then he kind of just tipped the bike over, and that's Cheetah. Then we get a surprising moment where Yu-chan figured out that Vincenzo's mom was the lady in the hospital. And I'm like, oh, it makes sense now. That's why Vincenzo was waiting at the correctional facility in that one episode. I forgot it was either the first episode or the second one. But yeah, he was waiting there. And I was trying to figure out, does he know Buddy there? And he does. That was his mom. And I'm like, oh, I get it. And then now towards the end of the episode, Mr. Yu was, I think, at his apartment, and then he gets a knock on the door. It was a cop asking for his identification, and he figured out, oh wait, you don't have a Busan accent. It's like, yeah, I'm from Seoul. Okay, wait here. He was trying to run away. He tried to run away, and he tried to call Yu-chan, but Yu-chan is not picking up. He's at the restaurant or the bar with Vincenzo. He went out for a smoke. He tries to call him because he's running for his life. I mean, he has people trying to kill him. And then as he tries to call Yu-chan, Vincenzo sees the caller ID says RDU. And then he's thinking, oh, wait, hold up. Does Yu-chan know something that I don't? And then as Yu-chan was outside, a guy asked for a cigarette and a lighter, and it looks like the guy knows Yu-chan. Who is that guy? I feel like it's someone that we should know in probably episode 1 or 2, or maybe it's a past that we haven't seen yet from Yu-chan. So, as Mr. Yu was trying to call him, I kind of thought that Vincenzo was going to pick up, but he didn't. But then when Yu-chan came back into the bar, he was like, is there something that you're hiding that you want to tell me? But then Yu-chan went on and said, well, first he said something in Italian, and that was the only Italian thing he knew was, I think it was to beat the devil, you have to be the devil or something like that. And then he kept on saying, I wish there was a monster to take down these other monsters. And I mean, as I was watching that, I was like, whoa, dude, everything you're saying really does relate to the caller ID RDU, and you're not making yourself look good right now in front of Vincenzo. And Vincenzo finally told him, hey, Mr. Yu called you. And then he was trying to call back, and then out of nowhere, we see a damn truck just ram through the bar. And then we see both Vincenzo and Yu-chan on the floor, and we see Yu-chan just face down and blood. Oh, dude. And then that was pretty much the end of the episode. That was crazy. Oh yeah, hold up. There's one thing I forgot. So back at the office, Yu-chan was in an argument with his daughter, and she brought up the fact that you let my mom die. You're so grateful in helping other people, but you couldn't even help me and mom. You made our lives miserable. I'm like, oh, now I'm really curious. How did he let his wife die? Like, how did she die? And it's like, But then we get a scene after that of Vincenzo telling Chaeyoung, regret is the most painful thing in life. And just just remembering what he said to her and how their argument ended, and seeing her dad just probably on the verge of death because a truck just rammed through the damn bar. It's like, yo, He better not die. And it's too early. I mean, if the character does die, not now. It's too early for that. And I kind of think right after that scene, after that event, I think that's going to bring Chaeyoung and her dad even much closer. So yeah, that's the review. There could have been some other things that I might have missed. If I did, please let me know. I really enjoyed this episode. I love some of these shocking moments, like finding out Vin's mom was her the entire time, finding out that Yuchan let his wife die, finding out the damn truck scene. It's like, dude, that's crazy. And yeah, it's like, it's so good. I love the comedy in this. I love the seriousness in this. I don't think, well, as of right now, I don't think the comedy and the seriousness are fighting against one another. You know, it's not forced. You know, like the episode could start with mostly comedy and then just slowly hit the seriousness and then comedy again and then end it with something serious. I don't mind that as long as it's not being forced, you know, like a forced joke or they give you half of the episode comedy and then they're trying to just squeeze a little bit of seriousness in it. You know what I mean? Like, it's not forced. So far, I'm loving this drama. And yeah, it's so good. Anyway, if you guys like this review, leave a like, comment down below, and subscribe. See ya.